Good evening, everyone. You join us for this T20 between the Chennai Carvers and the Hyderabad Phoenix. I'm Mike Atherton, and with me in the commentary box is Mel Jones, Ali Mitchell, Ian Healy, and the dashing David Gower.
Thanks, Mike. Always a pleasure to sit alongside you. I've just been taking a look at conditions down in the middle, and you'll be looking at plenty of runs on this pitch. Not much fun for the bowlers. Beautiful clear conditions and not a chance of rain.
Thanks, David. Captains are ready for the toss. Let's join them in the middle.
Wins the toss and decides to bowl first here. The home captain obviously thinking they've got a good grasp of the conditions.
Players look ready, the umpires are in position for the first ball. The bowlers will want to focus on their line and lengths and let the ball do the rest.
Yeah. No.
Straight to the fielder.
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put. That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Caught. What a position to set there. A brilliant catch.
Oh dear, it's been a poor innings under pressure, and now they've got the key batter out cheaply.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. Klassen, whose first task is getting themselves settled.
Yep.
Sounded good the moment it hit the bat.
It was lovely footwork, a great shot, a glorious shot actually to get back and play it like that.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap. There'll be one run here for them.
Got to the boundary, last ball, punches it into the gap to get a single. Excellent batting.
Markram is new to the crease. They'll be keen to field bat on ball early on. Beaten on the drive.
A bit of frustration after that shot, went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Good bit of timing there.
That's a brilliantly aggressive shot, gets onto the front foot, and it's flown over the boundary.
Going with spin now.
Right. Yeah.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Waiting.
Cuts that off well in the infield. Drives and misses everything.
A good piece of bowling there. A little bit of pace off the delivery, and the batter is all at sea.
Yes.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
there. Yep.
There was minimal follow-through, just great timing to punch it through the field for 4.
Waiting. Yeah.
Couldn't have hit that any better.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope, punch that away through the covers with exquisite timing.
Yes.
That's the kind of shot you just stand and admire. Gets onto the back foot and rolls the wrists to keep the control and find the boundary.
Misses everything.
Yes. Nice
Klassen got nothing on that as it goes over the rope.
Shouldn't be able to get that many runs without hitting the ball. What is the fielder doing?
Nicked it. Big shout. Taken. A really good one too.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board. Right off the middle of the bat.
That's the start you want. Awesome shot, and it's flown over the boundary.
Will you listen to the crowd? They are loving it. It's difficult to hear yourself think in here.
Yep.
Couldn't get it through the field.
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put. That's a harsh call from the umpire. I've seen wider than that not called.
That's off the middle of the bat.
That was a solid shot, really well played. Ball was dropped just a little shorter and a great shot off the back foot.
Nicely played.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
That was timed very, very well. Great shot, driven down the ground and flew over the boundary.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come. Nicely taken, quick to latch onto it.
They will receive now the warmest of receptions from this crowd for a supreme display of batting.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board. Wow, that's missed the lot.
That was a slower delivery, played too early, and it went straight through to the keeper.
Wait.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot. No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Really playing all their shots that over. Really expensive.
A little late on that, no runs scored.
Yes, nice bowling.
It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
So quick to cut it away. Beautifully done.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake. Massive chance.
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads, not the bat though. That was a tremendous delivery, fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over.
Absolutely nailed it.
What a lovely shot, really good timing, out of the middle, and it raced to the boundary.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond. Middle that one, great timing.
Perhaps that slipped out of the hand a little during the release. Phillips didn't mind and sent it high and handsome over the boundary rope for 6.
Yes, well taken in the slips.
As they head back to the pavilion, they'll be wishing they went about this innings a little differently. Not too much to speak of on the scoreboard.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should definitely be on the new batter, who strides to the middle.
Yes, nice
They will be
bowling.
looking for another quick wicket.
A big swing and a miss. Completely deceived by the lack of pace on that delivery.
Yeah.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
That shot allows them to get off the mark. Just need to settle down. The timing's all off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Just got to keep a cool head. Tried to get the drive away, but timed it poorly. Lucky to survive.
Yep.
Thick edge.
Threw the hands at it, got it early, but enough on it to get 4.
The captain can now put 5 fielders outside the circle. We've seen good control and spin from this bowler. Looking forward to seeing what they can do here.
Yes. No.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Well, for a brief moment, you thought there might be a bit of strife there. In the end, a good decision not to take on the field.
Right there.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Wait. Yes.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Bowler's in.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Yes.
Good precision with the throw, back from the deep. A bit of a mix-up. They'll need to improve their communication. A rush of blood, very quick onto the short ball, can't get it away.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
End of the over. The Sunrisers are 4 for 82.
Yep.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Now there would have been a few hearts in mouths in the crowd, but somehow they managed to make their ground with a dive. Oh yes, the slow one beats the bat. Didn't pick it out the hand.
Yeah.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Just a little bit wide, well picked up. And let the ball do all the work really, just to nudge it down towards third.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible. This could be out.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Wait. Yes.
They'll get at least one. The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming from it. Both sides need to inject some life into this game.
Yep.
Needs a direct hit.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Yeah.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Short and wide. Did well to get some bat on that.
Yeah.
Really good shot there.
If that had been thrown to the other end, I think you'd be looking at another wicket for sure. Some width on offer, but didn't throw the bat at it and just made sure of the cut shot.
Yep.
Brilliant shot that.
Yep.
Thought it got past them, but a fantastic dive to cut it off.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yeah.
Just about timed that perfectly.
Got that one. Clean out of the middle. 4 off a brilliant shot.
Gee, they're bowling well at the moment. They complete another very good over. Going with pace now.
Nice.
Well, that's perhaps a little harsh. I felt it wasn't that wide.
A direct hit, and this could be gone. Could that be out? Looks so.
After all that effort, they just couldn't manage to go onto the 100. They'll feel like they've missed out here.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on, as they bring a bit of energy to the crease.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Yes.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Hola!
Great shot, at least one on offer.
Poor fielding. Chose the wrong end entirely for what should have been a simple run out.
That's the over. The Sunrisers are 5 for 103. Ali, the spinner, coming into the attack.
Wait there.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Just threw the shot too early.
Wait. Yup.
Decisive running might have got them to. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Yep. Oh.
A little bit of confusion out in the middle, but they've got back quickly. No harm done. Both batters survive.
Misjudged that and takes a hit on the body.
Yep.
They make it home, but there should never have been the chance for a run out in the first place.
The end of a tidy over. Batting doesn't seem to be easy out there at the moment. Good pressure building. Hit that hard, nailed it.
That races away to the boundary. A beautiful shot off the front foot. Just textbook stuff.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Yes.
Straight to the fielder.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. The runs were really starting to flow.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled. They'd look for a couple here.
Yep.
Got it away brilliantly. Just a flick of the wrist at the very end.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key. Quick onto that in the infield.
It was just a little bit wide. Well picked up and let the ball do all the work, really, to push it down towards third man.
Drives and misses everything.
I'd say that was the right shot to choose, but timed it badly. Couldn't get the drive away.
End of the over, and again it's a good one for the bowling side, not letting batters build any momentum. Ali from the south end.
Wait. Wait there.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
If that had been thrown to the other end, I think you'd be looking at another wicket for sure. Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Beaten on the drive.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple. Ali ends what has been a tidy over. Just needed to top it off with a wicket.
Yep.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Waiting. Up. No. Yep. No.
Couldn't get it through the field.
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put.
Misses everything.
Yes, nice bowling.
Just need to settle down. The timing's off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Time for cool heads.
Yep.
Chance. Hit right on the body.
No.
Misjudged it a bit, maybe. Couldn't seem to get out of the way. That will have hurt.
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call was made in the end.
The Super Kings found some good rhythm in that over. They'll want to maintain it going forwards.
Yep.
Needs to be on target.
Oh, good running. It needed to be as well. That's probably a lot closer than they expected.
finds the edge. Now then, was there a faint edge? And gone straight to the keeper.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end for someone with such batting skills. This one goes down as a fail. Well, that was just a little bit wide. Well picked up, let the ball do all the work really to ease it down towards third.
Picks the gap perfectly.
Well, you don't chase those down. Brilliantly timed off the back foot, and that has raced to the boundary.
Well placed, should get a single. There'll be one run here for them.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot, good running. Back and across, punched well off the back foot through point to get some runs.
Giving them absolutely nothing here at the moment. Another over gone and not much from it. A new bowler is coming into the attack. Wow, that's missed the lot.
Well, they never really got in the right position for the drive for that one. A bit of a loose shot in my reckoning. Surely that's got to be called a wide. It's completely out of reach.
Not the ideal way of handling that ball.
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads, not the bat though.
Massive edge, misses everyone, and that's racing away.
Didn't time it at all, but managed to get it away to the boundary.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Yes, nice bowling.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Over. The Sunrisers are 7 for 137.
Yep. Keepers.
Good pickup, big chance.
Just pivoted onto the back foot. So easily done to knock it behind square.
Yes. Perfectly timed.
This is where they can be so good because they were so quick to get back and onto this.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch. And as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
Good return, back from the deep. I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better. Exquisitely done on the front foot, a gorgeous looking drive, could have been worth more.
Yes. Great shot through the gap.
Got their head right in line with the ball, a beautiful strike there down the ground.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot. Yep. No. playing all their shots in that over. A very expensive over.
Change of bowling, the spinner coming on to bowl.
A reckless heave. This batter is usually a bit more elegant in their stroke play than this. Poor batting.
Yes.
Good shot. A beauty.
That was good, patient batting. Just waited for it and guided it easily down to third.
Yep.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it. A little late on that, no runs scored.
Yep.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
That was a brilliant boundary. Really well timed and now starting to get the runs ticking over.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate?
Not a very smart shot. Got nothing onto it in the end.
8 runs added there. The Sunrisers are 7 for 157. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yes. Nice bowling.
Beautiful slower delivery. Just hitting air on that one. That was just too good.
Yep.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Wait on.
Caught. One of the easiest catches you'll see.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
Hyderabad Phoenix, please give them a warm welcome.
Yep.
Chance to run 2.
Bowler.
Rashid gets off the mark.
Yes. Nice.
Needs a direct hit.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the keeper felt a bit hard done by there. In the end, it'll just go down as byes.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. End of the over. 4 off it. The Sunrisers are 8 for 161. Final over in this innings.
Yes.
Oh my, that's racing away.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed.
Yep.
If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible.
Tried to get the drive
Nice
away,
bowling.
timed it poorly, lucky to survive.
Oh.
Hussain
Nice.
shakes their head. He was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it. Misses out there on the short and wide one.
End of the over, a good one in terms of keeping the batters quiet. Just needed to take a wicket to make it an excellent one. And that's the end of the innings. The Super Kings have been set a target of 168 runs.
Bit of a change up in the field now. The captain making some adjustments to the field here.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Looking to get the innings started, just can't get it away. Not the widest delivery I've ever seen, but called nonetheless. Those are the first runs of the innings.
Beats the cover fielder, nice shot.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come off this delivery, I wonder? Well timed, but there's a fielder out there. There'll be runs here. A lot of pressure coming to the crease. Not had the best of weeks leading up to this game and will want to show everyone their strength. Doesn't beat the infield.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
End of the over, 8 runs coming from it. The Super Kings are none for 8.
A little late on that, no run scored.
Power and precision in that shot.
Just need one of the cameramen to send that one back. A little bit of width, but clinically put away.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away. They'll get at least one. Great shot. At least one on offer. Good batting, get an opportunity to score and take it. Crying wolf is not the best approach. It'll just annoy the umpire. The right armour is coming on to bowl from the south end. Unplayable, no reward, flying to the boundary.
Pushed onto the front foot and presented the full face of the bat.
Drives and misses everything.
I'd say that was the right shot to choose, but timed it badly. Couldn't get the drive away.
Waiting.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Yeah.
Worked it onto the leg side and got some easy runs.
Wait. Yep.
That's the over. The Super Kings are none for 23.
For 23.
The right armour is coming into the attack from the north end.
That was a pretty wild delivery, lost all control.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened with that delivery, maybe trying the slower ball, but just got it all wrong.
Yes.
Nice shot.
Fine placement and enough timing to get that ball away to the boundary. Some adjustments to the field.
Yes.
Decisive running might have gotten two. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily, so in the end, poor running. Umpire signals wide, such a poor delivery. Really need to work out what actually went wrong there.
Yeah.
Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for four, driven away nicely.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Lovely shot, gets on the drive, just powers that over the boundary. Wonderful timing.
Consecutive boundaries in this over. I wonder what plans they'll come up with to slow this batting.
Right there.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Just threw the shot too early.
Questions will begin to be asked. Should the captain make a change? A big over that one. Too many loose deliveries.
Yes.
Good shot. He's found the gap.
Good precision with the throw, back from the deep. A little flick of the wrist to get it round the corner for an easy run.
Yeah.
Too good. Not sure anyone is going to cut that off. A couple on offer here.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
Yep. Bowler.
That will be an over best forgotten and quickly. You give that many no balls away, it's surely time for a bowling change. The right-arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl from the north end.
The captain making some adjustments to the field here.
Yeah.
Well placed, should get a single. There'll be one run here for them.
Brings up the 50 partnership for these two.
The 50 comes up between this pair. It's been a strong part. Partnership so far. A lot of people in the dressing room will be hoping it can continue. A few moves made in the field.
Waiting. Yeah.
Does very well to get quickly across to that one.
Well, that was just a little bit wide. Well picked up. Let the ball do all the work, really, to ease it down towards third.
Waiting.
Just too much height on that one.
They must have just slipped a little in their delivery stride to bowl that no ball. Sometimes it can happen when you're trying too hard.
Yep.
Doesn't want to bowl it there. Overpitched and helped to the boundary.
Oh, didn't time that at all, but managed to get it away to the boundary.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Conway shakes their head. It was there to hit, couldn't make the most of it.
Yes.
Loud shout.
Yep.
Struck it nicely. Could go to the boundary. That ends the power play. The captain with a bit more freedom in the field now. And with that, 5 fielders can now be put outside the circle. Rashid coming into the attack from the south end.
The batters might start turning ones into twos here, with the field back trying to stop the boundaries. The captain moves the field back a bit here, trying to prevent boundaries.
Yeah.
Out! Caught!
That was a real shame. That was a brilliant innings. Really was heading towards something special. A good wicket to take at this stage. Going with a more defensive field choice.
Waiting.
Straight to the fielder.
Yep. The keeper.
A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps.
Good return there, back from the deep. Immediately underway with some runs. A few moves made in the field.
Bowler is confident on this one.
Yep.
Super shot that.
There was minimal follow-through, just great timing to punch it through the field for 4.
For 65.
6 runs added in that over. The Super Kings are 1 for 65.
The captain's going to change things around in the field.
Akil
Hussain is coming into the attack. We'll see the left armour from the north end. Down the wicket, misses! Really? That's just wasting everyone's time.
Yep.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
This is where they can be so good because they were so quick to get back and onto this.
Big shout.
It's the sort of dismissal that sees the momentum swing back to the bowler. Gone, but not for many.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up.
Chennai Carvers.
Going with a more defensive field.
The whole team goes up for that one. They feel pretty confident about this.
Yes.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Yep.
Right out of the middle.
That was seen so early. The timing was brilliant and that has stayed hit. Fantastic.
Some well-targeted bowling in that over. Certainly something to build on.
A few moves made in the field.
Rashid from the south end.
The batters might start turning ones into twos here with the field back, trying to stop boundaries.
Finds the fielder with that shot. And gone. Brilliant catch.
A long walk back to the pavilion. This has not been a good knock. Not what you'd expect from someone of this skill level.
Right on.
Gone. Another one goes. 2 wickets in 2 balls. And they're on a roll now.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
For the Chennai Carvers.
Wait.
It's getting to where this is becoming a problem. It's obvious it isn't out, but they appeal anyway.
Wait on. Yep.
collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
The right decision not to take on that fielder.
Well, that was another good over. You can see the frustration growing on the batters.
Waiting. Yep.
Couldn't have hit that any better.
A change to the field, going very defensive.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible. Misses everything.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running. Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Giving them absolutely nothing here at the moment. Another over gone and not much from it.
The batters will have plenty of running to do now as the field goes out to protect the boundaries.
Yep.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely nailed it.
Just perfection, a majestic shot. You just cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
Yep.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
Good shot. A beauty.
Quick to get onto that sweep, it was beautifully placed and beautifully struck for 4.
Wait there.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot, couldn't find a gap.
Over. The Super Kings are 4 for 90.
The off spinner is coming on to ball.
A change to the field, going very defensive.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on that shot.
Beaten on the drive.
It was the right shot in the end, but didn't get the timing right to get it away. Going with a more defensive field.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Wait. Yep.
Lovely timing. Will this one go to the fence?
That was a beautiful bit of fielding in the deep, straight over the stumps.
Edged. Unplayable.
Just threw the shot too early.
3 runs added in that over. The Super Kings are 4 for 93.
Yeah.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple. Caught first ball of the new over. What a disappointment.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. The runs were really starting to flow.
Big appeal. The keeper seems convinced this is out. Could be worthwhile sending it to the third umpire.
How close is that? Could be the wicket. Nothing picked up from the bat. This could spell trouble. Pitching in line, just a case now on if it's hitting the stumps. Well, the margin in this game can be so fine. Not hitting a thing ends up wasting a review.
Not the best decision to review that. The umpire has got it spot on. Wow, that's missed the lot.
Just need to settle down. The timing's off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Time for cool heads.
Power and precision in that shot.
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding.
Yep.
Big edge.
Good throw from the deep, on target.
Time to keep the pressure on. Now, great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
A very defensive field, this.
There'll be runs here. Caught, gone.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
Keep us in.
And with that, they're off the mark.
Wait there.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Yep.
Good precision with the throw, back from the deep. Exquisitely down the front foot, a gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Yep.
Nice shot.
Just missed the line, not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watch that in awe.
Yep. Yep.
A little late on that, no run scored.
Gee, they're bowling well at the moment. They complete another very good over. Hussain back on now.
Wait on.
Doesn't beat the infield.
A little late on that. No runs scored.
Yep, yep.
Well placed. Should get a single. There'll be one run here for them.
Yep.
Yep, yep.
Edge. Amazing delivery.
Errs on the side of bowling slightly fuller, and they've been put away.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right,
Yeah.
they might just get the wicket. Edge. There's no one there. Could go down to the boundary. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
Yeah.
11 runs added there. The Super Kings are 6 for 119. Markram into the attack now from the north end.
Yep.
Chance to run two.
Tucked it nicely into the gap. Pick up a single, rotate the strike.
Yep.
Oh my, that's racing away.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
Waiting.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
Yep.
That was a big hit. Incredible power, just incredible. Nothing wrong with the delivery, but it still goes for 6.
Yep.
End of the over. 12 runs coming from it. The Super Kings are 6 for 131. Malik coming back into the attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hit them. And at pace. Looked painful.
Good running, just finding the gap, and that allows for rotation of the strike and keeps the pressure on the bowlers. Great work behind the stumps, save some runs with that dive.
Good bowling.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
That's 4. No one at third man to stop it.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
Don't need to do anything. Special. Line and length is the key.
Yep.
Good looking shot, back into position easily and timed it beautifully. End of the over. The Super Kings are 6 for 141. The right arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
A very defensive field, this.
Yep.
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads and not the bat.
Yep. Bowler!
That's what happens if you stray a little down the leg side. It's too easy just to glance the ball off the pads and take the easy runs.
Yep.
Nicked it. That's great fielding. That ball was flying. Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
Yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
That's really high. Don't think anyone is close.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these two.
A bit of shape on the ball as they let it go through. Tailed just a little at the end as it went through to the keeper.
Yep.
Good work there on the boundary.
The captain moving the field back here, trying to prevent boundaries.
Yeah.
That's a really good half century. Started well and has continued to up the scoring rate.
Massive edge. A wonderful delivery to get the edge. You've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Yep. Keeper.
Edged. Finds the fielder with that shot. End of the over. 8 off it. The Super Kings are 6 for 159. Runs required favour the batters. This needs to be a very, very clean over to stand any chance.
Yep, yep.
Couldn't have played that any better.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep.
Great shot. Placement exquisite.
It was in the air for a long time, but 4 bounced just inside the rope.
Score's now level. Just 1 run needed. Only a batting meltdown could stop victory now.
Yep.
Edge. What a ball.
Good return, back from the deep.
And those are the winning runs. These two have brought home the success.
Well, you never knew which way this game was going. A great finish to a super match that had everything.
Joining us here for this match. Please take care.